Redline Legendz.
Yo, what's good, everybody? This is Law, and you're tuned in to another episode of Redline Legendz, where we celebrate our legends. We bridge the gap between the younger generation and the older generation by simply just sitting down, chopping it up, telling our stories, and hopefully some of you new guys, some of you old guys may be able to pull from it and learn something out of it. Today, I'm honored, I'm humbled. I have a guest it's somebody that I truly respect and I do look up to. Definitely, he carries himself unlike anybody else. We're talking about none other than Big E. He's the president of the Family Motorcycle Club out of Nashville. What's going on, man?
What's good? What's good?
Not much, man. It's good to see you.
Man, I appreciate it.
Oh, you already know I had to send out that invite so I can get you to come through.
Oh, yeah. No doubt.
But, man, one of the things I did want to bring up, just right off the rip, is I always admire the way that you carry yourself.
Okay.
And we gonna talk about some of the things that I've seen just from the outside in. First off, we'll just go into some of the questions I kind of tend to ask, and then we'll go from there.
Uh-huh.
How did you first get into riding motorcycles? Where did that come from?
Man, honestly, that came from my nephews. All of them are younger. They rode, and I was like, I'd been wanting a bike forever. And Mama gave me that old adage, you ain't getting one.
Yeah.
You're old enough to get one, you can get one. I got old enough to get one, and I got hooked.
Yeah.
So I started riding with them, and been riding ever since.
So you related to Moses?
Yep.
Shout out to Moses. What's up, man?
What up, Moses? You better watch this, bro.
And subscribe too, Moses. Subscribe too. But yeah, that guy, like you said, man, he's talented.
Yeah.
How did you? You was talking about riding on Briley.
Man, like I said, I first got the bike. Took the class, got the bike, rode up and down the hill.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I did every day for a minute. And then I got out and tried to get out by myself a couple times. And one time I rode out by myself and Mama J, Miss Jackie, we were on Briley Parkway. She was in the car. I was behind her. And reality hit.
You out there on Briley, yo.
I'm doing like 35 on Briley. Like, what have I done? So, you know, my nephew Moses, he hit me up one Saturday and was like, let's go. I was like, all right. So we went out New Briley. And I guess that's when I popped the cork, I guess, because he shot out and looked back at me. Come on, let's go. I looked down. Man. I was doing about 100, and I was like, oh, I could do this. I was hooked. So yeah, he helped me out a whole lot on that. I've had other people along the way, like my homeboy that just passed away. He missed that dude already, but he helped me learn to ride curves. We'd get out Sunday mornings at 5, 6 in the morning, ride up towards Kentucky and ride all day. So
them was the days right there.
Yeah. So
them was the days.
I've had a little help along the way. You know, like I said, I'm still learning. When you stop learning, you need to put the bike up. In all honesty, you know, I've had a couple mishaps, but I'm still riding. I love it. You know, 7 years ago, I went down, hit a guardrail coming out of the corner. Stayed in Vanderbilt for about 5 days. Mama called and was like, baby boy, you gonna stop riding? I said, I put the keys down for a minute. I stopped riding for a year, and it killed me. It crushed me. I just I don't know. It's like mother's milk or something. I couldn't do it. I hear a bike go by, and I was like, you know, I got to get back on one. And I had spoke with her and the wife, and wife was really, you know, behind me. She's like, I'd never tell you to stop doing something you love. I know how dangerous it is, but that's you. Yeah. And so I got back on it. It took a little getting used to it. You know, you go down like that. It's in your head. Now she's learned to ride. So
wow.
Yeah. So I mean, I said it's me. That's something that's just my addiction. You know, tattoos and motorcycles.
Yeah.
But I love it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna sneak this in. What's up with the Harleys, man?
Man. You know, I've thought about it. I'm still thinking about it. It ain't off the table. I got 2 little ones at the crib. Now I gotta get at least to high school before I invest that type of money.
Shout out to Harley's. Jeff, what's up, man? What's going on, man? Come through. Come holler at me. Like, yeah, okay. You see it. All right, then. Wow. What was the first bike you had?
What was that? It was a 750 Gixxer. I want to say it was a 03, 04, nice. 02, 03, something like. I don't even remember. It's been some years ago.
Yeah, them was the ones right there.
Yes, sir. I wish I had
those
one back.
Yeah. So I told a story. I'm trying to think, who was I talking to? I was talking to Twan from 60 Foot Spider. Okay. I told a story, and a lot of you guys, if you go back, it's one of the first episodes where I talked about me as I was a civilian, which means I wasn't in a club. I was just riding my motorcycle, trying to find my way. And these guys kind of took me in, and they brought me to this place called the Steel Horseman Motorcycle Club. It was their clubhouse. And I think they were getting ready for something. Something was going on.
Right.
I'm not sure what it was at the time. I knew what it is now, but when I was doing it, of course. And I was just with them. So right. I go to start walking towards the door, and I get stopped. They're like, "Yo, you got to have somebody with you, to get in here." So they vouched for me. 60 Foot did, and I was able to get in. And I remember there was a group that was actually that day that they were. I guess, I don't know if they were introducing. I think they might have been introducing themselves. And that was you all. Yeah. And it was the family. So where did that come about? How did the family come to be?
Man, honestly, like I said, me and my nephew started riding together. Mm-hmm. We had friends that rode. We hung out, rode together, hung out. And I got the bright idea, hey man, let's just rock some t-shirts. Okay. Let's just, what I'm saying, we ride together. Because when we first came out, we called ourselves the family and the usual suspects. Because if you've seen us, you've seen our friends. You know what I'm saying? And it got to be, we dropped the usual suspects and felt like everybody was basically family. And we carried it from there. It's basically how it got started as far as that goes.
Yeah.
So it's just, it's history. But yeah, we've like I said, we've touched a lot of people just because of motorcycles and just the love of it.
Yeah. So with the history, I remember that day, and for me, just on the outside looking in, I've seen the transition of so much.
Right.
Talk to me a little bit about that, as far as the transition from when you first came in to how we are now.
Well, I mean, that day you talking about, we were looking into becoming an MC.
Yeah.
We hadn't been around. I don't even remember what year that was. That's how long ago it was.
Man, that was a long
people was like, "Oh, we'll sponsor you with this, and this," and at that point in time, after putting our heads together, it was like, "No, we ain't ready for this. We still need to learn. We still need to grow." And as the years went on, we gained, more members. We lost members, whether they wanted to stay or go, whatever. And within this final year, it was kind of like, "Hey, y'all, either we gonna do this or we ain't,"
Yeah.
And everybody that's been here since basically 07 is still here for the most part. And as a group, we decided, let's see what we can do.
See. That's what I'm talking about you carry yourself different from everybody else.
Right.
How many people would have, basically, if you're given the option or you're given that opportunity to make the jump when you're forming a group and you're able to make that transition to becoming an MC, most will just jump at it.
Right.
Just dive right off the cliff and not even have a second thought about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like I said, you're always in a position where you're trying to learn. You're always trying to position your group to be the best they possibly can be. And it's just like, man, every time I see you, I see the family.
Right.
I see everybody. So talk to me about how you guys are able to, you guys move as one. You always do. You always have. And it's just like, wow. Especially in a day and age where you've got people that are always, it's kind of in an era where people want to be known, like as individuals.
Right.
How do you keep that? How do you keep that glue? How do you keep everything so tight?
I think a lot of it has to do with, like I said before, a lot of us came in together. We were friends before. We hung out, clubbing, drinking, and all that other, just fighting and all that. And when we found out all of us rode, the love of it, and everybody being humble and being able to accept each other as they come. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, being able to grow as one, we hold each other accountable is the main thing. And everybody, I guess, they look at me like big brother.
Yeah.
So, but at the same time, I look at them like, hey, I'm up here because this is where y'all put me, but I need y'all support. All of us, we got to support each other, continue to support each other, good, bad, ugly, whatever it may be. So I think a lot of it just because we came in together, we stuck together, we, hung out outside of motorcycles. We basically raised each other kids, what I'm saying?
Wow.
So it's like a family. Like, we actually live up to the family. I don't look at them as like, oh, this is a member. No, that's my family. We're off top, regardless, It's just, I really think it just has a lot to do with the love that we have for each other and accepting each other's faults and strengths and weaknesses and holding each other up.
Wow, man. And that accountable part. And then you have people that are willing to, listen.
Right.
Willing to give, and you're willing to listen. It's rare. It's growing increasingly rare. So, family, I salute y'all. I definitely salute y'all, man. But as far as like advice to any newcomers, whether it be them trying to join a club or if they're having the thought of trying to do something on their own, what advice would you have for them?
Man, in all honesty, I was lucky because I had people who had been around.
Yeah.
I had a real good friend, AM, who kind of introduced me to some key people like, Snow and Too Shy and some of those folks. But I would tell people that are thinking about it, man, you've got to be able to take criticism. You have to be able to take what these older cats are telling you and not get offended when they tell you you're doing something wrong. They're not doing it out of spite. They're trying to help you in the long run.
Yeah.
And I even see that sometimes today that some people just can't take it. They just feel like, no, that ain't right. That ain't right. Me personally, I'm always trying to learn. I research stuff myself. I ask questions. I listen when people speak.
Yeah.
You can't take everything everybody say as 100, but for the most part, there's some truth to everything somebody tells you.
Yeah.
So I would honestly tell them, if this is something you want to pursue, you've got to be able to learn. You can't just think you know everything. You can't come in thinking you know stuff when, man, like I said, when I didn't know nothing. I didn't know anything, bro.
Me too. I'm in the same boat, man. Just walk through that door. It's like, I know this is something I want to do, but to know the magnitude of what it all entails is just like, what?
Yeah.
What?
I'm still like, what? Sometimes like, for real?
Yeah. Man. Let's see here. What else I got? Oh, I know what I wanted to ask you.
Oh, boy.
I know what I wanted to ask you. So, riding season is approaching, right? Well, quote unquote riding season.
Right.
This I do the quotes. I'm gonna start doing the quotes all summer, people, because for some of us, we're riding all year, and it doesn't really end. But for some, this is just our beginning. So, tips or any tips or little things that you could, nuggets of advice you could give for people who are getting ready for riding season.
Just in general riding, or are you talking about?
I would say in general.
In general, man, honestly, and I'm sure a lot of people don't do this. Before I get on my scoop, I check my air pressure. Yeah. Both tires. Check my chain. I go over my motorcycle. It's like going over a semi truck before you get out on the road and ride. You've got to do your checks, all right? And keep your head on a swivel because people ain't looking for us.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I know one thing I wanted to talk about. I've been going to the gym. Right. I've been going to the gym. And if you ain't seen that episode, the first episode, I'm doing okay. I lost a little weight, but I slack up every now and then. Y'all got to bear with me. If y'all subscribe, however many people subscribe, that's how many pounds I'm gonna lose. So y'all got to work with me.
Y'all subscribe.
Help me. But no, I've been working out and I've been drinking a lot of water, and I learned a crazy lesson about drinking distilled water. So, in the spirit of trying to give people advice as far as getting ready for riding, what is the staying hydrated is important.
Yeah.
But for people who go to the gym, this is some extra stuff for y'all. What's the difference with this distilled water? Why was I feeling like crap when I drank the distilled water?
Distilled water tends to strip you of your nutrients. It's just one of those things. It's distilled for a reason. You know, it doesn't have the metals and the alkalinity that you need. I suggest drinking alkaline water. I've been doing gym for off and on for years now, and with that, it has the I hate to say metals because people are like metal. I ain't drinking metal, but it has alkaline in it, and you know your body's just like anything else. Say for a swimming pool. Swimming pool is supposed to be 7.0. That's neutral, no acid. You know, it's not. So your body's supposed to be like 7.6. So if you can keep your body's pH at 7.6, it helps rebuild your cells. You feel better. It's a wonderful thing. I mean, you can research it. You can look it up. It's a good thing for you.
I made the mistake. I thought I was doing something right, and then somebody was like, "Oh no, you're drinking the wrong. You're drinking the wrong thing, man." So I had to change it up and get it right, but.
You'll get there.
Yeah. So, one of the things that I also noticed and I admire about you guys is you always are giving back to the community. You actually helped me out before with a back to school event.
Right.
Just, of course, I want to thank you guys for that.
Oh, yeah, always.
What motivates you guys, or what does it mean to you to give back to the community?
As far as just in general,
Well, like some people, there's certain clubs that's their goal.
Right.
That's their goal. Some clubs don't even think nothing about it.
Right.
But for you guys, you're involved in a lot of things. So what is there like a reason behind that, or is this just like comes with the territory?
Man, honestly, I think it just comes with the name. I mean, we look at everybody like you said, you called and said, "Hey man, we need this and this."
Yeah.
So, all right, we come through, right?
Yeah.
We've done charity stuff for convalescent homes. We take, stockings to them every Christmas, try to do something with them during the summer. For us, man, it's not work. People like charity work. It's not work. It's just, I guess it's part of us as far as trying to help people maybe less fortunate or don't have the means or can't get up and do stuff like that. I don't ever look at it as work, and that's why I don't ever look at it for recognition.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff we do that we just don't tell nobody about.
Right.
And I mean, my mom taught me a long time ago, if you're doing something for somebody, you don't need a pat on the back. What you're doing for that person or people is your pat on the back. So, I mean, for us, it never has been anything. It's just kind of one of those things. Hey, somebody needs this, and all hands on deck, and we just do it. So, I mean, it ain't. I know, some people, like you said, it comes with the territory. With us, man, even if I wasn't in the club, I'd do that.
Wow. So, yeah. That's real right there, man.
Right.
Bro, I appreciate you coming through.
I mean, I appreciate you having me.
Coming through, kicking it with me.
I appreciate it.
Man, the door is always open to you, to the family. Anytime y'all want to come through, let's say if y'all got an event. Oh, real quick, y'all have an event coming up or anything going on?
We got a car wash coming up this Saturday, but I don't know if the rain gonna hold out. And August 2nd, we're having our coming out party at the Habitat. So be on the lookout. We got bands, so just find a member.
Okay. So you heard it right here, people. August 2nd, the family's coming out party. Make sure y'all in the building. I'll get a flyer, make sure that we push it, and y'all come through, because the family is, I'll say this about the family. They always are out supporting. They're always putting their best foot forward. They're always trying to uplift. They're always trying to give back, and they always have positive energy. So if y'all can't get down with that, I don't know what's wrong with y'all. But best believe all of Nashville need to be in that building. All of Tennessee need to be in that building, especially for the family. For all these years, they've always just been looking out and always been supportive. There's something about the people that I'm not saying like in the background,
right,
but they do them, and they're not always in a position to where they're trying to be in the spotlight. There's something special about those people that when it's their time, it's their time. So make sure that we get out and we come through, support the family. And segue into supporting, make sure you support Redline Legendz as well. Hit the subscribe button Definitely. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, and I appreciate y'all always. I thank you guys for rocking with me this far. We're about 4 months in, and it's been truly a blessing. I thank y'all so much. Redline Legendz. Till next time. Peace out.
Peace.